I love the AI space, but there is something that annoys me about it is that a new model or a new something gets released every single week, and we get so many missed models that are released because the new one gets all the kind of news, the headlines. Google releases a new model and then Claude and GPT, and we get in this cycle. And a lot of people think that to be able to try the best models, you need to pay. And that's just simply not the case when it comes to the AI space. Now, there's a lot of open source models, meaning that they're technically free to download. The big issue here is that these language models require some really hefty hardware. Most of us don't have that type of hardware to be able to run it. But there are tools and, interfaces like huggingface.com, and they've got a Hugging Face chat, which allows you to use all of these open source models, which are just as good, if not sometimes better than things like GPT-4o and Claude 3.5 at certain things. If you go to huggingface.co or just Google Hugging Chat, and you'll be able to create an account. Here, I can try every single open source model. I've got Qwen, the new one, 2.5, the Coder, Llama, Mistral. I can try all of these models. Not only that, I can even add a system prompt to them. If you don't know what a system prompt is, don't worry, but essentially it's like setting the parameters of how you want it to act. Yeah, one of my favorite models at the moment is Qwen 2.5 Coder, and it's coding as good as Claude 3.5, and some benchmarks even say that it's a little bit better. I'm going to use an example of, let's create a to-do web app, and it coded that for me within a second. There's a lot of other applications that allow you to kind of preview the HTML and what it looks like, but Hugging Chat even allows you to directly connect these models to the internet, which makes it extremely interesting. So you don't really have an excuse if you want to play around with very intelligent large language models, but you think you need to pay for them. You don't. Go to Hugging Chat, test it out. You can try every single open source model under the sun for free and kind of get into it. So for example, actually now that I've got it here, I can try the Llama models, which I really like, and it's extremely good. This is one of my favorites, NVIDIA, the 3.1 Nematron, right? So I can search the web with it, and I can ask it to write me a blog post about the new Qwen 2.5 model and why it's so good that it's open source. It can search the web now, which is fantastic. Although I did have a bit of an error there, but that's all right. Let's try that again. Perfect. So now I've asked it a more simple question, like what is the Qwen 2.5 model? It made the search, so it completed the search. Now I can probably ask it to create that blog post for me. I can go back and forth. So it is a web search component using any open source model. Really, really good. So don't think that you need to pay the $20 per month for all these models. You can probably get the same result with a little fiddling around with these open source models using huggingchat.com. If you like this type of content, make sure you follow. I'll see you in the next one.